What's up, you guys? My name is Mike Collin. I got Ken Reif with me, and today we're going to go through a quick market update from the vibe of what's actually happening outside of the news articles, outside of the high-end numbers. What are we actually feeling? Then we're going to get into what mortgage rates are, and then we're going to get into the most important piece of what that means to you. How can you apply this to your lives to make a successful move in the next year? Number one, what's the vibe? First and foremost, the phone started ringing about a week and a half ago. We're starting to see buyers. We're starting to see referrals. We're starting to see list and buys start to re-engage, and we're starting to see the movement happening, and we can absolutely feel it. The spring market, from our perspective, is starting to happen. What's happening in the mortgage world?
So the mortgage rates from a month and a half ago, I can tell you the note rate that we're quoting has gone down 0.5%. So what we're seeing is a decline in mortgage rates. They're not their all-time lows by any means, but 0.5% makes a huge difference in affordability and opens up the market to a lot of other buyers. We're also seeing mortgage applications up. I would say over the last 2 weeks, we've seen more app data in the last 2 weeks, our team specifically, than we have in the entire preceding month and a half beforehand. So that means people are coming out of the woodworks and getting started on that process.
Okay, so that means that agents are feeling the uptick in buyer activity. Mortgage rates are coming down. So what that means is that our demand is rising and our supply is kind of staying low, because sellers have been keeping their houses off the market, waiting, okay? So how can that apply to you? We'll get into that after you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. The more you guys do that, the more we can do this. Please take a second to do that. So what can you do? We're still slow, and we're just in the entry levels of seeing that uptick of the spring market. It's still a good time for low down payment and contingent on the sale of another home buyers and sellers out there. Contingent on the sale of another home means that you need the equity from your sale to buy your next house, and you have to link those two together. We can still do that, but we're running out of time. So really, you guys, be proactive right now. We need to take those steps to get that going, because that's a really special thing to be able to do, and to be able to link them together without having to risk it, so we can still do that. Low down payment, first-time home buyers, get out there. We still have time. There's tons of deals. We're negotiating still, but we're starting to feel it change.
And I would say that just remember that these are two demographics. These are two classes of buyers that, as of a year ago, we had to get ultra creative in making it so that they weren't using down payment assistance, that they weren't contingent on the sale of a home. We're talking about borrowing hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars from retirement accounts to avoid being contingent. So the fact that we can get these deals done now is so critical, and it's so important that you listen to what we have to say here.
Last, the people who do not need to be contingent, you guys, you can negotiate on your buy, and then you deal with your sale once the spring market goes. So you can buy a deal right now, plan your sale, and get the max out of it in the spring. So, like, for Pete's sakes, this is good for everybody. Let's get started.